Hello guys, and welcome to my scary story. I've been wanting to make this for you, and I'm writing it in a book right now, but I was decided to tell you the tale of the prints. The prints were found in Canada's woods whenever I let my dog out to use the restroom. I didn't think anything about it, knowing that my parents mysteriously disappeared. The man that was hunting with them claimed it was a bear. But did I think that? No, I did not think that was a bear. I thought it was the Sasquatch. One night, I had to let my dog out to use the restroom. That's exactly what I did. But he heard a rabbit and started to chase after it. I had to chase after him too, because I didn't want him to run off to the woods. But that's exactly what he did. It took me a couple hours to find him, but I found him laying down on the ground. His whole spine and his rib cage had been ripped out. I didn't know what to say. Some monster killed my dog. The next day, I hired 4 police officers and a detective to come to my woods. I forgot to tell you about my neighbor. He took my parents out that one night, and that's when they disappeared. He claimed that it was a grizzly bear, but I knew either he killed them because there was no bodies found, or a Sasquatch ate him. I didn't know what to say, but I had to keep going. I am back to tell more of the tale. I tried to convince them that it was a Sasquatch, but there is no evidence yet because we never found the bodies. But here I am today with 4 cops, the sheriff of the town, and a detective. And my neighbor. He just had to come. I think he knows something I don't know. As we ventured off into the woods following the tracks, I came across a really big open cornfield where we decided that we had to go in because that's where the footprints leaded to. I didn't want to go back there because I knew that something was probably out there, and I was nervous. But we had to keep going if we could figure out what the heck this thing is. Because if we never figured out what it was, then we might have to close down the whole park. And if we can't at least get one picture of it, well, then we're going to have to be in a lot of pain. As we went into the crowded cornfield, we saw a lot of spots of blood. My neighbor looked like he was on edge the whole entire time as we went through the woods. I could tell he was nervous. He didn't speak American. He only spoke Canadian, so I didn't understand him. But the sheriffs did. I heard a noise, and he turned around and grabbed his gun and aimed. The sheriffs tried to tell him to put the gun down, but he screamed in English, "Run! There's a monster!" I couldn't believe my eyes. He spoke English. He lied. I asked him what the heck was going on. He said, "I can't speak English, and your parents were killed by a as a giant creature comes out of the hayfield, and when he lets out fire, boom, boom. The bullets didn't penetrate anything, and instead he grabbed the sheriff and ripped him in half. I ran into the cornfield, knowing that I had to get out of there and cover my scent. I saw a mud puddle, and I dove in it. You might think this is gross, but it's just key survival. If I could hide my scent under the mud, then he wouldn't notice me. I was terrified. And then my neighbor came beside me and did the same thing. I asked him what was going on. He said the night my parents went missing, they were hunting in the woods. They woke up that morning, decided to go some hunting. When they did that, they never came back. He tried to find them, but found their skulls and limbs. It turned out a giant creature that he calls Sasquatch came by. He dove around the corner and saw as he ate the rest of the limbs and crunched the skull beneath their teeth. I stared at him in shock as the giant creature and its giant hand peers through the hayfield, grabs him. Hey, boy, stop! Get off me! Get off me, boy! Oh, my God. Hey, son, are you ready for your first day of college, Dad? Yes, I am ready, Dad, but I had a weird dream. Don't worry, you get those all the time. You'll be fine. Yeah. Later that day. Son, after you get out of college, what do you think you're going to be whenever you grow up? Well, I want to find the case of Sasquatch. I never really knew what it meant. He just kind of was like, just there. That's a great idea, son. I think you should 100% be a Sasquatch hunter. Yeah, and I hope he's real. That dream I had last night really creeped me out. Don't worry, son. It's just a dream. Dreams aren't real, he says. Or I thought dreams weren't real.